What's going on, everybody? This is Snowman. Welcome to Show Off. Today we're going to be looking at a game that I was very pleasantly surprised with when I started playing through it. This game is called 140, and this is a very simplistic, musically driven game. And I love musically driven games. I've done a few of them on Show Off in the past. But essentially, this is it. You play as this cube, you change into a circle when you move, and you turn into a triangle when you jump. But really, that has nothing to do with any of how the game actually plays and looks and feels. And so, the best way to show you how this goes is to let's just dive right into the first level here. I want to show you the first two levels. You may have noticed there were 3 circles that I just passed there. That is the 3 levels in this game. So you may be thinking to yourself, hey, this seems like a really short game. I don't know if I enjoy that very much. But the truth is, this game gave me an experience, holy moly, an experience like I have never experienced in a game before. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience. So you got to go around and you got to collect these circles. That's kind of your goal, is to go and collect those, and then you bring them to these little nodes here, and it'll put it in the node, and then voila, the level will start building, essentially, through music, and other things will start moving, and you'll be able to progress in a way that you couldn't before you got that node. And so this was just the first one. It's kind of just added a little beat to the music here, and then now these platforms started to move. This is a save point, so anytime you cross over a little light like that, it is a save point. And then here you go. Now it's added a little more to the music, just a little bit of a drum beat there. So you got to catch it when it appears there. That's how you get that guy, catch it when it appears. And then every time you add a ball to the node, it's going to add a new element, whatever that might mean. So you can see it is going to the beat here. You got to jump on these when they appear before they disappear, and it's obviously going to the beat. And I love it. It's going to add more and more as we go through the level here, and then at the end of the level, we're going to actually fight a boss, or at least you know, a version of a boss, whatever you could actually call a boss in a video game. It is like that. And so that's what we're going to do, is we're going to play through probably the first 2 levels is my assumption. So we got to catch this guy. There you go, when we get him there. What I was going to say earlier is, you know, it is a short game. I actually beat the game in just under an hour, but I will say, after you do beat the game, there is actually some replayability. There's a hard mode, which is essentially you play through each level again backward, and if you die once, you have to restart the entire level. So that's kind of nice for those that are seeking a little bit more after you play through. So here you can see they've added some more stuff. There's some moving. If you touch this, you know, haze stuff, whatever you want to call it, you will die, and so that's bad. And then you just go back to the last save checkpoint that you were at. So, you know, that's all you would do there. What was it? Oh shoot, here we go. Ooh, barely made that. And then you actually have to jump back and then forward again. Otherwise, that hazy thing will be there on the ground. What I was gonna say is the thing about it being short is, you know, that might kind of suck, but I will tell you it's only $5 on Steam, and that is of course not on sale. You know, anything on Steam when it goes on sale goes even cheaper. So for $5 you get an experience, I promise you, that is unlike anything else in a game that I've experienced in a long while. So you just go around collecting these balls here. Each level's, you know, I mean, depending on how many times you die, I could probably get through this level in probably 5 minutes, but that's because, you know, I've seen things happen. I know what to expect. So now this thing's like a bouncy trampoline, basically. It bounces you, and so you can see it adds a new element every time you play through. So we're gonna try to go up here. I'm gonna try to do a skip, quote unquote. Yep, there you go. Hey, I did it. Wow, that's actually really tough. Normally you'd have to wait for those blocks to come all the way back there. Okay, so now I'll just show you what happens when you die. It's kind of neat. So when you do, it does that, and then it puts you right back at the checkpoint. It kind of is like a glitch, kind of glitches you out. So I really like, personally, like, this is seriously just me, I really like kind of how it is so simplistic and yet is so awesome at the same time. Like there's a lot going on for you being, you know, a little square running around in a simple world. There's quite a bit, and it's actually really cool. So these guys are kind of tough. You gotta, ooh, that was close. Gotta jump at the right time to avoid those there. So we're almost done with level 1. But like I said, there is kind of a boss at the end of every level, and they're very different. All 3 bosses are completely different, so that's really cool. I like that. I get that there. Good. Okay, so now this guy's gonna try to run away from me, so I gotta catch him here. But like I said, I really like this game. It's an awesome. Okay, I failed that there. So you can see what happens if you do die. You just kind of go back to your checkpoint, which is no big deal. So you just gotta climb when it changes to the music here, which is great. I love that everything moves to the beat, and that's super awesome. Now we are about to fight our boss of the first level here, so let's go ahead and do that. So we go here, then you gotta collect this guy. This little triangle is gonna help me fight our boss. You're gonna see it's gonna shoot to the beat, basically. So we have to shoot this little circle guy, and then now he's gonna make little balls bounce around. Oh, but I died. Oh, dang it. See, that really sucks, because I died before. So when you die, you have to start over each time. But now, every time these balls hit the ground, it's going to kind of be to the beat, which is super cool. So you got to kind of jump around. Oh, see, that was actually really poor play on my part. It's actually a pretty easy boss. I mean, it's the first of 3. It's easy once you kind of just know what you're doing. You just got to kind of be able to get these guys here. Okay, good. I'm just gonna try and be a little more careful. There we go. Got 1/2 of the sides done. Got that guy. So after you get down to the last square, then this square starts moving around. Oh, he tricked me. I thought he was gonna be. Oh, I thought I had him. And then this last square takes 2 hits. There you go. So there's 1. Oh boy, but it's pretty tough. You can see there's a whole slew of balls going around here. You got to dodge all of them, otherwise you will take damage. There you go. Okay, so we beat that boss. So now I'll show you a little bit of level 2 here. I don't want to spoil level 3 because it's really awesome. I mean, the game builds and builds. It really does. It adds in new elements all the time, and the bosses especially are just an exceptional part of the game. Oh, I messed up there already. So it's introducing it to you here. It's kind of good game design, where it puts things little by little and introduces them to you. So as you step on these things, it will switch to the other spot you can see there where it will appear. Okay, so yeah, so to get this guy, you got to get the timing just right here. There we go, got it, barely. Okay, so we're gonna go and take this to the node. I just was really impressed with this, and I didn't know what to expect. I think I knew that it was kind of musically driven. Okay, so here you can see these are going to build, and then they're going to disappear when they turn black, so that's kind of cool. I was very pleasantly surprised by this game. I really enjoyed my playthrough of it here. Most of the time when I played through, I just had my mouth, agape as I was playing through. Because there's just some cool stuff that it builds here. It's crazy the atmosphere it can build with a few blocks, and you know what I'm saying. Like, it's really crazy that right now I'm looking at a purple screen with a little bit of red mixed in, and I'm a little ball, and yet I can feel such power through through the music and how it's telling its story here and what it's doing. I think it's just awesome. So let's see here if I can make this. Barely. Okay, good. So now you gotta jump this guy. I'm gonna ride with him though. I think I can make this jump if I'm careful. Yep, there we go. Good. The reason I kind of know a little bit here of what oh, I messed up. So what you have to do here is actually a little tricky, a little bit more than meets the eye. You have to get the one thing. Actually, in fact, you don't need to do anything other than just that first block. You can get that there. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was close. Okay, I wanted to play it a little safe there and make sure I landed. So here we are. And we want to take this back to the node. The reason I know kind of these tips and tricks is I've watched actually a speed run through this game, and when I played through this, I knew it too. I was like, this looks exactly like a game that I would want to speed run, which is so cool to me. There we go. Oh wow, barely made that. Now you got the timing is going to get trickier and trickier here as we play through now, because this is on an interval of 3. You can see it's not like a basic, 4x4 thing. every third thing it's gonna rotate through. Okay, so we gotta wait for this guy. Oh, that was dumb. That was just really dumb of me. I don't know why I did that. Oh, gotta wait again. But yeah, like I said, I think I really do actually want to speedrun this game. I wanna play through it and speedrun it. It's really short, which I like. I like short speedrun games. I like games that I don't have to, you know, sit around for hours and hours playing the game. So this was kind of right up my alley. I just really enjoy the music games. They really are some of my favorite stuff. Is these music-based, you know, musically driven games, if you will. Okay, there we go. Good. Just playing it a little safe, making sure while I'm going through here. It's a little hard to commentate and also, you know, pay attention to the music at the same time. So I gotta be careful here with this. There we go. Barely made it through there. That was good. Now am I gonna make it? Uh-oh. Ooh, that was really close, actually. Closer than I thought it would be. So we're nearing kind of sort of the end of this level. Not quite yet. You want to actually not get in that hole because you want to be here to jump up when it disappears. But I do want to at least try and maybe go through and show you through to the second boss. Oh. Okay, there we go. It's a little tricky. Sorry if I'm focusing here. There you go. Just wanted to make sure I made it past there. Yes, I want to go through to the boss to show you here. Good, made that, barely. I think there's one or two more sections here. Ah, this is a little tricky. So it does 1, 2, 3, and then it jumps up. There you go. So you just got to kind of anticipate where it's going to land. And I love just every single time it does the same thing. It does this, and then it goes woo, boom, and I just love that, like, that blast of energy it gives you every time. And it's the same thing every time, but I don't know why. Oh, here you go. Now we get some gravity changes. So you got to kind of ride this one up here. Woo, and then make that. Now this one's a little tricky here. Oh, I went too early. It's hard to get the timing right in this. Okay. So this you only change gravity on this fixed interval. So you have to plan around these things here. There we go. That's what you gotta do. You gotta jump out at just the right point and get enough height there to make that. So this is definitely where things get a little tricky. Good. So I made it past there. So now I have to jump. Oh, I didn't quite catch enough air, I think. There we go. Okay, I made it. Barely. Now this is obviously tricky. You gotta not do it when the gravity comes, because otherwise you'll touch this there. So you gotta wait out in the middle here. It's just awesome. I just love that it keeps adding these new elements every time, and obviously that was there to just trick you. Okay, and then you gotta kind of ride this one out. Ooh! Oh! I thought you gotta anticipate when that gravity's coming. Now the music still plays even when you die. Like, it doesn't reset on a fixed interval. It keeps playing, so you gotta keep kind of listening to the music to know when to go at the right times and stuff. There you go, got that one, and then there we go. Okay, you just gotta think about the timing and kind of plan ahead a little bit. So now this guy is gonna run away from me. Oh, that was actually a close one. I almost got hit there. So we gotta chase this guy down, and I think, I could be wrong, but I do think this is the end of the level, and then we'll fight our boss here. So this one's actually pretty tricky. I knew it. I knew I was too early. So you gotta go right when you think here. There you go. You gotta fall and then hope that it catches you is kind of what it comes down to. I believe, anyway, this is the boss. If I could be wrong, but let's see here. Yes, okay, so this is actually really cool. I like this. As you can see, completely different now than the first boss. Now you're in like a shmup section, and you got to avoid the static here. And I love it to the beat. Boom, boom, boom. It's just so good. So it starts out here a little easy, just got to avoid the blocks. And then it'll get more complicated as we go. So now you can see that the top goes before the bottom. So whenever, right here, you gotta wait for the top and then move out of the way of the bottom. So it gets a little tricky here. Move out of the way of the top, go to the bottom. Okay, wait for that one, then go there. Good. Good, now we're at the actual boss fight, I believe, here. which it gives you a checkpoint right before this part, which is nice. So now this guy is going to try and murder me, basically, by doing that, by following me around and then turning into a sharp, pointy triangle and trying to kill my face. So you got to kind of lure him, you know, get the timing a little bit there, and then just try to dodge him there, which it's actually not that hard. Again, it's kind of like, you know, there we go. It's kind of like the first boss. It's a little easy once you kind of know a bit of the strategy here. Now that we have a narrowed hallway, you just got to you just got to time it, really, is what it comes down to. And I love it just because it's really driven by the music. And that's really just the whole gameplay here. There you go. Now it's going to narrow in on us here. Oh no, am I going to make it? I don't know. Whoop, barely made it. So there you go. This is 140. It's a super awesome, excellent, amazing game. Again, for being so simplistic, it's unbelievable how much fun I had with this game. And it's so short, and yet at the same time, these are these bonus levels, by the way, I was talking about. They're only unlocked once you beat the game. Think of a game like, you know, like Journey, or something where it's short and yet you had such an experience with it, and this is what this game reminds me of. So now everything's reversed. I have to go exactly backward from you know, the way this was originally, but it's still the first level. But if I die once, it's game over, and you have to go back to the title screen and try again. So it's kind of cool that they added this in as well. Obviously, it's not like brand new content, but I thought it was still pretty neat. There we go. Oh, I totally hit it. There we go. All right. So now we'll get this guy here. And it's still going to add all the same stuff. You can see, obviously, it's lighter. Everything's kind of like a way lighter color, which I think is part of what makes it a little harder, too. It's harder to see. But cool that they added this content just to give you a little bit more playability. I like that. I like that a lot. But I hope you enjoyed our show-off look at here of 140. Go pick it up for yourself. Like I said, it's very cheap. It's $5. And even if it goes on sale, you know, it's just even cheaper for you. And it's just overall a great experience. Again, I won't spoil level 3 for you, because level 3, it just gets even better. And the boss, oh my gosh, it's one of the hardest things that just broke my mind, is basically what happened. So, but I hope you enjoyed, and I'm Snowman. I'll see you on the next episode of Show Off. Until then, hey, go get 140 and play it and try. I'm gonna see if I can beat this without dying, but something tells me I'm gonna die eventually. It's pretty hard to beat these levels without dying. I think I did actually get through at least most of the first level without dying. I think I ended up just dying to show you death, but whatever. I won't bore you with it since you've already seen it. But here it is. It's a 140. I thought I could grab that. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.